A 3-2 decision at overtime. Sandefer got here with a 4-3 decision. A great matchup here in the 140-pound weight class.
140 is a very balanced weight class this year, and of course Sandefer is his name's been around for a while. He's Mishawaka's second of two state finalists, and this has the makings of a very good match.
And both got here with low-scoring matches in their semifinals. As we mentioned, took Mascaro overtime to get his decision over Drew Lappy of Evansville Mater Dei.
That was a 4 overtime victory for Mascaro, and that was a very well wrestled match by both individuals. Now Sandefer from Mishawaka is recovering from ACL surgery 5 weeks ago. So he's a tough guy. He plays football as well, and he's been around the wrestling rinks for a long time.
No score, a minute to go in period number 1.
Mascaro has a front headlock on, and Sandefer shoots in nicely, drops under, gets in deep for a double leg takedown, and drives through and scores 2-point takedown. And that's crucial in this match because if recent history is any indication, Mark, I think this is going to be a low-scoring event.
7 championships to be decided yet. 2-0 the advantage now. We're under 45 seconds in the first quarter here at Conseco on IHSAAsports.org.
Mascaro stands up and is able to break the deep waist and get his escape. So it's 2-1.
Match tightening up a little bit as we get under a half a minute to go in period number 1.
If you notice, both wrestlers will try to maintain good position. They're both in the center, but neither is really taking unnecessary shots or shots out of position. But the action is pretty good.
One thing you're going to notice as we go up in weight class is, when you get a shot like we see on the monitor right now, you just look at the strength in the legs. Look at the good base that are in the type of base that's indicative and the build that's indicative once we get up in the higher weight classes of guys who ultimately get to a state championship round.
Well, I think you're correct. Just like any other sport, the real strength in wrestling is in the hips and the legs. And if you take a shot or whatever, or fight through situation, you control the hips, you control the man. Nice job by Mascaro to counter the stand-up by Sandefer. And he almost hugged him down to the mat, crunched him down to the mat, but Sandefer reacted wisely.
2-1 your score with 1:44 in period 2, which is just underway in the 141.
Mascaro got a cradle. He stuck the legs in. He got a cradle on his feet, but Sandefer rolled through, broke the cradle. Now he's got a reversal and back points.
Makes it 4-1 now.
Actually, with the 2 back points, Mark, I think it goes 6-1.
6-1, that's correct. Okay, explain the scoring there, how we went from 2 to 6.
Well, Sandefer was the defensive wrestler on the bottom. He scored a reversal worth 2 points, and then he exposed Mascaro to his back for at least a 2 count, and he received 2 more near fall points. And now Sandefer's got the legs in on Mascaro. Both of them look like their style of wrestling on top is to try to throw the leg in. And we were talking about a little bit earlier, you were talking about the hips and legs. If you can get a leg in, you can control the hips, and you can slow down the action of your opponent pretty heavily.
Think those guys are spending time in a squat rack?
I were a betting man, and every once in a while I do wagers, so I'd say yes.
6-1 your score with 30 seconds left in period number 2.
You'll see Sandefer try to just maintain good position here, hang on, and just not to make any silly big move mistakes. And Mascaro's going to have to make something happen. He almost did once. He had a cradle locked up. But
trying to get a point here on the
Sandefer
escape.
got away. Okay, he pulled the wrists away, controlled the wrists. He's got his hip back. And Sandefer's going to try to lock and hang on. And he's not going to get any points out of that. Oh. There aren't very many counters when a guy locks the leg like that. Except what Mascaro just tried to do. He tried to leapfrog out of it and square up. It did not work.
This reminded everyone that the IHSAA Team Wrestling State Finals
We got injury time or blood time?
Yeah, it looks like a blood time. The trainer's coming out to take a look.
It is. It's blood time.
And your score is 6-1 as we get ready for third period action, we should say.
And that's a commanding lead, really at any level, but it's really a commanding lead in the state final match by two pretty evenly matched wrestlers. Sandefer is, well, he's been around the block in wrestling. He's been in all kind of high tempo, high pressure situations, and he knows how to handle himself.
So all the times that you came here as a coach competitively, how much different is it for you being up here tonight as opposed to being down there in the chair coaching them up?
I think anyone listening probably wishes I was down in the chair. And actually, this is totally new to me, and I'm enjoying it very much, Mark, and I'm happy to be working with you.
Oh, we're thrilled to have your insight, no doubt about it.
But I won't deny, part of me misses being down Matt's side a great deal. It's something, wrestling gets in your blood, and you see coaches that come, they don't walk away from it. They're still here. If nothing else, they're fans, but most of them stay with their programs and work.
Well, most coaches, I talked to them after they've retired after a number of years. They miss the kids, they miss the camaraderie with not only their staff but other staffs, but boy, they don't mind the light and workload.
It's a consuming sport. Ask any parent of a wrestler that achieves, and really any wrestler that just steps on a mat. It takes so much dedication and work, and it's just not by the individual wrestler. They have to have support at home as well.
Both wrestlers outside the ring now. The score 6-1 with 1:32 left in the final period.
And Sandefer is just hoping that the referee blows a whistle and the clock continues to tick. Now, he was cautioned there because he had a false start, but no hurt. He changes the side for the offensive position.
Sandefer was here a year ago. He was fifth at the 135-pound weight class.
Back. Mascaro was tried to sit out, and Sandefer snapped him back. Almost caught him. Would have gotten some nice bonus near fall points had he caught him. But it's hard to do against an accomplished wrestler like Mascaro.
Sandefer leading Mascaro 6-1 with a minute to go in the third quarter, and you can kind of hear in the background the folks from Mishawaka starting to clap it up a little bit.
Nice move by Mascaro. He went out of bounds, but it's kind of like a lat toss where he reaches around the head and tries to hip him over. Sometimes that works, but it'd be awfully hard for it to work against a good wrestler who knows that move and probably does it himself very well, and Steve Sandefer.
145 trips to the mat for Sandefer, only 10 losses. That's an impressive record.
It certainly is. Outstanding record.
3 sectionals and 3 regional championships. Came in with a record of 42-2 and just a junior.
Well, Mascaro got an escape, so it makes it 6-2. Mascaro's going to try to make something happen. He's working on the head. I'm sure he's going to try to get in somewhere where he can run a throw, maybe a fireman's carry or something, take him directly to his back. But nice boot scoot again, a little duck under by Sandefer. He didn't score, but he took Mascaro out of his plan.
Pause in the match with 22 seconds remaining, and the folks at Mishawaka starting to cheer a little louder.
They're rooting for their second individual state champion, and I think even though the state does no longer sanction the scoring for the individual tournament because we have the team tournament, the Indiana Coaches Association does.
There's 2 points for the takedown, making it 8-2, and he's a state champion at 140 pounds, and his name is Steven Sandefer. He wrestled an outstanding match against a very, very tough competitor.
He certainly did, and Mascaro tried to make something happen with a headlock, but it slipped, and Sandefer was in good position.
And this year's 140-pound champion junior from Mishawaka High School, Steven Sandefer.
Longtime modern-day coach Mike Gable and Mark James, IHSAA state championships in high school wrestling from Conseco Fieldhouse. Coach, we'll get you to